Hello and welcome to a new video. So after playing this game, Pokemon TCG Live, for a little bit, I wanted to kind of talk about my first thoughts, I guess, because I've only played for a little bit, so my thoughts aren't going to be like amazingly well thought out. I've only played for a couple of hours or so, I'd say. My profile is currently at level 4, and my battle passes, I guess, is at level 1. Basically, I just wanted to do a very quick kind of show off of how the game works, basically. So I already did a video kind of showing off how a game works, so like when you're playing with the cards and stuff, like how everything works. And so if you want to see how the cards play, how the UI and everything looks and what it's like to play with the cards, I already have a video taking a quick look at that, and my thoughts haven't really changed much since that video. This is going to be talking about basically everything else. So how the game is formatted, how it works, all the various different like bars you can level up here. You got like free on screen, and all that other stuff. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So let's go to the profile, since that's one of the things that kind of stands out the most. And yes, you can create a character in this. Here's my little character here. They don't give you many options. So this is a problem that stems from two different things. The first is that they monetize a lot of the customization options. So a lot of the outfits and stuff you want, you will have to purchase with an in-game currency. And the second thing is that it's just kind of a limited character creator. So even if you did purchase all of the different options, you'd still be fairly limited. So I'll quickly take you through and show you what all the different options are. So you got your skin color. These change your entire face, not just your eyes. So it takes a second to load, but yeah, as you can see, it kind of changed. There's a very Asian one. But yeah, no, it kind of changes everything about your face. That one looks very derpy. Her eyes are far too wide apart. But yeah, that's the one I use. And then, of course, you've got your skin color. And then you've got your eyes, which is just your eye color. That you can't actually, like, individually change, like, your eyes and your eyebrows and all that other stuff. You just kind of get one. Kind of gives a lot of the players in the game same face syndrome. You got a decent number of hairstyles here, but not a huge amount. They're not awful looking though. And then of course you have your hair colors, and the cool thing is, yeah, you can use this slider to kind of adjust the saturation of it and everything, so that's quite nice. That gives you some options. You got your glasses, you got your hats. Very quickly going through these, you got your tops, your bottoms, your shoes. In fact, we'll get to the other two in a sec. And as you can see, not really many options, basically. These ones here with the coins on them are the ones you have to purchase. And as I mentioned earlier, even if you do purchase all the ones you can, there's not much there. Obviously, this is kind of like a, quote, live service game, meaning it will be continually updated as time progresses. So I'm sure they'll add more and more as time progresses till it gets to the point where there is quite a lot to wear. All of which probably being purchased with the in-game currency. But, it gets the job done. I like this way more than the Pokemon TCG Online one, which was basically just a really limited pick crew, where it would give you, like, one 2D animated, like, character, and you could basically change the clothes that were, like, layered on top of them. This at least has different expressions and animations and stuff, which is a lot nicer, and just aesthetically, it looks a lot nicer, too. It definitely looks a little like bootleg, quote unquote, in that they don't really look like Pokemon characters. That would have been nice. But, I can understand why the spin-off game wouldn't be able to like rip the protagonist models and outfits from like Sword and Shield or something like that. So like, I get it. This is quite nice. Basically, you can change what phrase your character says. There's no voice acting, but you can change what like phrase is kind of like written when your character is either introduced or wins. And there's some pretty funny ones in here. You got Ready to Blast Off, which is like a Team Rocket quote. You got, I'm like a Magikarp. I don't look tough, but never underestimate what I can become. Like, so you got some quite decent ones here. And you've also just got like the fairly standard ones that aren't as cringeworthy. Like, I'm on a roll, haven't lost all day. Hope I play well. 99.7% chance of victory. Do you even splash, bro? Don't you just love Mudkip? Wow, was this game made in fucking 2010 or something? What do you think of my dress? It has pockets. That's really funny because there are no dresses in the game right now. I only play the coolest basic energy cards. I just ate a whole bottle of ketchup. I'm wearing my comfy shorts. Haha, very funny. I'm gonna play that one actually. I only play the coolest basic energy cards. And then here are your victory ones. What victory one did I pick? I picked... Don't be mad that you lost, be happy that I won. I believe in my deck, I believe in me. Smart players can play a poor hand well. Thanks for the practice with my new deck. Brilliant strategy paid off. Thanks for the match. GG. You win some, you lose some. The important thing is not to give up. You got a lot in here, basically. Which is quite nice. And then you also get, like, poses and stuff, too, which is neat. You know, I'll do that. And then, yeah, you don't get very many poses, but these are the poses that play when you get kind of matched up with someone. So there's that, and there's that. I think I'm going to go with that one for now. And then these are the victory poses. You got that, you got that, and you got that. Not very many, but again, with this being a live service game, there's a heavy chance they will kind of upgrade all of that. And then the swap avatar button basically just changes your gender. So you can do that at any time. That's the cool thing I like, is you can change anything at any time, including your gender, which is great. Let's take a look at the shop, because obviously the shop is going to be the thing people are interested in. Right now, there is no way of purchasing anything like with real money. They will add that. Let's face it, they will. It's inevitable. But the cool thing is, this still works based on the QR code system. If you go into the redeem tab over there, I'm not going to actually press it because it'll activate my camera, and I don't want my camera activating. But if you press the redeem button, you can scan in code cards and get cards that way. So that's the main thing that they want you to do, just like Pokemon TCG Online. The most positive thing I can say about this game is that my biggest fear was that it was going to become a gacha game. And it is luckily not a gacha game. Thank God. This is not Master Duels. This is not Vanguard Zero. This is still Pokemon TCG Online. If you're familiar at all with Pokemon TCG Online, which if you even have a passing interest in the TCG, you probably do. It's currently free to download. Not for much longer though, because it's getting deactivated once this is officially released. And it's been out since like 2011. So like, if you've even been somewhat interested in the Pokemon TCG, you probably are familiar with TCG Online, and this works very similarly. The currencies are different, and they don't carry over, but you get some neat bundles here. You get some, like, starter decks that you can purchase, which, I mean, they don't seem very good. These two starter decks do not seem all that great. But, you know, there's things you can purchase. I kind of missed when the other one allowed you to purchase, like, real-life starter decks using in-game currency, but, like, whatever. You can, like, view your card gallery to see what cards you do have and don't have. And then I'm pretty sure... Whoops. I'm pretty sure there's ways of, like, changing which set... oh, it's this. There we go. There's ways of, like, changing which set you're looking at. Currently, it only has support for the Sword and Shield sets, but that's fine, because those are the only ones that are legal and standard anyway. So I don't have any celebrations cards because I logged into the wrong account setting this up, and so scanned my celebration codes into my other account because I created like 50 billion different Pokemon TCG Online accounts over the years. Although even on my main account I still don't have that many cards, unfortunately. And then yeah, you can get booster packs. You can get this currency, which you can use to craft individual cards you need when you're putting your deck together. We'll take a look at that in a bit. And then this is the currency you use to buy like cosmetic items and that kind of thing, including card sleeves and deck boxes, as well as avatars and things. So yeah, you get a decent selection. I can't really say how generous the currency is, or do like the number crunching for how much everything's worth and how much grinding you'll have to do, you know, like I can't really do any of that stuff. But, you know, I can at least give a first impression, right? So here's the battle pass, because every game needs a battle pass. You can get a paid uh, battle pass for 800 of these purple gems. And you can get like a better one, basically, that gives you 2,000. And you get the free half of the battle pass on the left side and the paid half on the right hand side. And you basically, if you played any modern game, you complete objectives to go up the battle pass to get items. If you've got the paid version, then you get items for free, basically. They give you this Mew deck for getting the battle pass once. I probably should have bought that, shouldn't I? Because Mew VMAX is like a genuinely really good card. So, whoops, I messed up there. I've already spent my gems, and there's only 12 weeks left of the battle pass? Damn, okay, that's actually quite a lot of time. I could probably save that up and get that. Okay, yeah, learn from my mistakes. Get that. That's a good deal. Because that Mew card is, like, genuinely really good. I wasted my money and I bought, like, 3 packs of Battle Stars or whatever. So yeah, you got your ranked mode too, which you can kind of level up, and you get items for doing so. I got 500 of those in a coin for just starting. I'm currently at 40 out of 50 to level up, and I haven't really been playing very long, so... and then the ranked resets, as you can see down there in the bottom left, at 3 weeks from now. So probably every month, I'd assume, it resets. So, what do you get for, like, going all the way up, actually? Card sleeves. Wow, what an amazing reward. Some hats. Yeah, the rewards for ranking aren't all that great. You do get coins and gems just for playing, but not very many, is a thing to bear in mind. And yeah, that's a lot of everything. So you have casual mode, which allows you to play standard or expanded. Expanded is basically you play with any card. Standard is the current format where you play with Sword and Shield era stuff. And then you got ranked, which you only play standard, so only Sword and Shield stuff, but you actually get rewards for playing, whereas I don't really think you get the rewards for playing casual. It would be nice if there was an expanded format, like ranked ladder too, but at least they give you an option to do that. One thing that's kind of missing, that I do miss, is I miss when Pokemon TCG Online had the starter deck format, where you could only use pre-constructed decks. That was a nice format that you could, like, climb ranked and get rewards with, because it was very beginner friendly. That was a really fun format. I really hope they bring that back to this. They probably won't. Another thing that's missing is trading. You can no longer trade in Pokemon Trading Card Game Live, which is a bummer. Now, I know why they did this, because you could probably, scam people or, like, game the system to get cards without, like, paying or anything. But basically, it was like a forum in-game where you could put a card up and request a card in return, and then it would come up on, like, this bulletin board, and then other players could go on this bulletin board and, like, accept the trade, and you would get the card you want. No longer here, unfortunately, which is, it's a shame. It really is. It's called Pokemon TCG. Trading is in there. It's a shame they got rid of that. Maybe they'll add it back, but I'm not particularly hopeful. Another thing that's weird, and this may be a beta thing, I don't see any way of creating rooms. So you do have a friends list, and I don't have any friends yet, but that's not even what I'm asking. I'm asking for a button, maybe in the casual mode game or something. Nope, that's just matchmaking. Where you just press it, it creates a room with, like, a code or something. You throw the code out on Twitter. People will put the code in their game, and then boom, you've got a room with multiple players. You can set up tournaments, that kind of thing. Because one of the problems with TCG Online was the only way of fighting people was to have them on your friends list, which on one hand sounds fine, but on the other hand is really inconvenient, because you can only have, like, 50 around people in your friends list in that game. And if you were entering tournaments, you would have to add the people as your friends right before the tournament began. So if you're a competitive player who enters tournaments on a regular basis, you were constantly adding and booting friends from your lists, just to enter tournament matches. And remember, Pokemon TCG Online was an app used by the Pokemon Company themselves to host official tournaments, and that was the most convenient way of setting up said tournaments. That's kind of a problem. The official tournaments had thousands of competitors, and you only had 50 people on your friends list. It was a mess. And I feel like this game must have been created to combat that, so they'd have a much nicer app to play competitively on, because this works on mobile, it works on PC. Let's face it, it's probably inevitably going to work on Switch too, although that hasn't been announced yet. So where's our tournament creation feature? Maybe that's something that will get added once it comes out of beta and we get the full version of the game. But for now, it's a little bit weird that that isn't a thing. So, or maybe it is and I just haven't found it yet, but so far, all it's really got is adding a friends list and matchmaking. I don't know if there's a limit to friends. I don't know. I haven't added anyone yet because it's still in beta, so that's a thing. Again, I need to play more, but that does seem like a really glaring missing feature. Maybe they're gonna add that, maybe only like special accounts, like if you're a registered admin or someone who works for the Pokemon Company or someone who's been proven to put on tournaments, you get that option, but it should be open to everyone, you know? You should be able to put together a Discord server of people you know who play the TCG online, make your own code, tournament room, throw the code out there in Discord or whatever, and then boom, you have a small tournament together. That should be a thing, but I guess we'll see. However, outside of that one thing, I mean, yes, trading being missing is a pain in the butt. But the real problem, yes, is the lack of, like, creation of tournament rooms. Because ranked mode is nice, but there definitely needs to be more than just ranked mode. Having custom games with friends and rooms and stuff would be a really nice thing to have. And yeah, that's basically my thoughts so far. Like I said, I would go into a game and show you how it works, but that's what other videos are for, not this one, right? Like, this one is just to kind of show you how things work. And if you want to see some games in action, either watch my previous video where I do show you like the tutorial game in action. Basically, it plays exactly like Pokemon TCG Online does, except slightly more like polished and modern looking. But the actual gameplay is exactly the same as TCG Online, which is fine because TCG Online was a really faithful client for the TCG, so it didn't really need to reinvent the wheel. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked if this was just running on like an updated version of the same engine, honestly, just because it's that similar. Which again is kind of a compliment, because really the only thing wrong with that other client was how old it was. It's been around for a full decade, and it was definitely showing its age. So having a more modern one is definitely nice. It's a shame the modern one is, you know, kind of missing a few features here and there. But that's something I can live with if they do get added. Because that's the thing, this game, they're hopefully planning, you know, they're planning for this to last at least as long as the previous one did, which was a full decade. A full decade's plenty of times to add new updates and new game modes and all that other stuff. Assuming they do so. They could just do the bare minimum and only add new cards, which if they do, that'll be very disappointing. But hopefully they will actually pay attention to what we want, basically, and kind of keep this nicely oiled, you know, like a well-oiled machine. It is Pokemon after all. If anyone can afford to go all out with a game like this, it's them. We know how much Pokemon cards make. They make a lot of money. You can definitely funnel that back into an app like this, you know. And I guess the only other thing I wanted to touch on right now before I end the video was, when's it releasing officially? Previously, we didn't have any date, and we still don't. But I was like, that's okay, Pokemon Day is coming soon. We're going to have a Pokemon Direct. And in the Pokemon Direct, they did touch on basically all of their mobile games, apart from this one, which is a shame because this is the one that needed news the most, because it's not out yet. We need a date. And the fact that it didn't show up in the Pokemon Direct means the date might not be anytime soon, or at the very least they haven't decided on a date. So I guess we'll just have to see, right? Hopefully it comes soon. It is a little bit annoying playing the beta because of my slow Canadian internet. Wink, wink. I would rather just play with my native UK internet. Um, but whatever. And also, I would love to see the casuals roll in, the people who have never played Pokemon TCG in their life and just own them on ranked. But that's another story for another day. So yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Let me know your thoughts on Pokemon TCG Live, and if this shows any interest, I will continue doing videos about it because I'm really interested in the game. I'm going to be playing it anyway, so why not put up some videos while I'm at it? But of course, the best way of guaranteeing that is by showing interest, by liking, by commenting, and subscribing. So, yeah, let me know what you think about the game so far. And remember, for every statement, there's an asterisk. See ya!